When you open your car door during a heat wave, you're met with air that has been baking inside a glass and steel box for hours. At these temperatures, driving without air conditioning quickly becomes an exhausting test of endurance. The first factory-installed system to offer relief from that heat debuted in the 1939 Packard, marketed as being weather-conditioned. As this technical diagram shows in the lower right, the early hardware was enormous. To make it work, Packard had to cram cooling coils and a massive receiving tank into the rear trunk, which took up nearly half of the available luggage space. This pioneering system also lacked an off switch. To stop the cooling, the driver actually had to pull over, shut off the engine, and manually remove a drive belt from the compressor. Modern cars have traded those heavy, manual parts for automated climate control networks that are hidden entirely behind the dashboard. But because these parts are out of sight, many drivers are unaware of how the system actually functions. This lack of understanding leads to slower cooling times and often results in the neglect that causes expensive repair bills later on. To get the most out of your climate control, you have to realize it doesn't actually produce cold air. Instead, it works by continuously pulling heat out of the cabin using the science of phase change. In a 4-step cycle, the compressor squeezes gaseous refrigerant, raising its temperature and pressure. The condenser then sheds this heat, creating a high-pressure liquid. Next, it passes an expansion valve, becoming a freezing mixture. Finally, the evaporator absorbs cabin heat, cooling the air. Because this is a mechanical transfer of thermal energy, the system has physical limits. To reach a comfortable temperature quickly, the driver has to help the system along. The first step is to get rid of the superheated air trapped inside the car. You should open your windows completely before you get in, or drive with them down for the first few minutes of your journey. If you keep the window shut and immediately turn on the AC, you're asking the evaporator coils to battle air that can reach nearly 40 degrees. The system simply cannot absorb that much heat instantly. Once that initial heat has escaped, roll the windows up and set the AC to a medium to high fan speed while pressing the recirculation button. Recirculation makes the cooling much more efficient. Rather than constantly pulling in hot air from the road, the system traps and continuously re-chills the air that is already inside the cabin. This setting also provides a secondary benefit by acting as a barrier, preventing external smog, diesel fumes, and foul odors from entering the car. By combining rapid venting with smart recirculation, you significantly increase the efficiency of the phase change cycle, resulting in the fastest possible drop in temperature. Many drivers believe that air conditioning is only for summer comfort and choose to leave it off entirely once the weather turns cold. However, the AC system has a critical winter function. The evaporator coils act as a powerful dehumidifier. As air passes over the cold coils, it pulls moisture out of the cabin. Running the AC at the same time as your heater is the absolute fastest way to clear a foggy windscreen. The heater melts the frost, while the AC strips away the internal humidity that causes condensation. This makes the system a vital safety tool throughout the entire year, ensuring that the driver always has a clear view of the road. There is also a mechanical danger to ignoring the system in winter. If it's left dormant for months, the internal rubber seals can dry out and eventually crack. Once those seals fail, the refrigerant leaks out. Most people only discover this when they try to use the AC during the first heat wave of the year, leading to expensive repairs. To prevent this, you should run your AC for at least 10 to 15 minutes every 2 weeks. This keeps the internal oil circulating and the seals properly lubricated. You also need to maintain the physical airflow by replacing the cabin pollen filter. This filter traps dust and debris, and if it becomes clogged, it forces the entire system to work much harder. If you notice a musty smell, it's likely caused by mold buildup on the damp evaporator coils. You can use specialized sanitizing sprays to disinfect the system and eliminate those odors at the source. By treating your AC as a pressurized mechanical loop that requires consistent use, you can avoid common failures and ensure your car remains comfortable and safe for years to come.